Don't look at the ground. God's in the fucking sky.
On the way to the gym, you have to start getting anxious. If you don't get anxious anymore and all you do is listen to some kind of music or something like that, and you're just thinking that you're doing it, you're not doing it. You just can't show up. You just can't pretend. You have to demand from the workout.
Start off with a little hamstring curl.
Cannot take this anymore. Saying everything I said before. All these words, they make no sense. I find bliss in ignorance. Less I hear, the less you say. You'll find that out anyway. Just like before. Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to break, 'cause I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I find the answers.
About half the stack.
Wish I could find a way to disappear. All these thoughts, they make no sense. I found bliss in ignorance.
Definitely too light, but new machine, you know.
Over and over again. Just like before. Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to break, 'cause I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to break, 'cause I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. Shut up when I'm talking to you. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up when I'm talking to you. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I'm about to break. Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to break, 'cause I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to break, 'cause I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break.
All right. I know I did not pose down, but that's gonna have to be fine. Legs, good workout. That was a good workout. I originally planned, so I said, look out for tomorrow's lift. I was gonna go to a way cooler gym. I wanted to kind of see what that gym would be like, and it's just too expensive, and they were just so, oh, you have to schedule an appointment and blah, blah, just whatever. Not my budget. But Pfit, that Pfit actually is really nice, so I just gotta find a time when it's not too busy. You know, I don't really like crowds, and then I'm going to start lifting there. I think it's a lot bigger, feel a lot more spacious, so there could be twice as many people than the gym that I already go to, but since it's like 4 times as big, it's not going to seem like it. So that's the main benefit. Also, it's still 24/7, so that's a great benefit. A lot of things, you know, Pfit's underrated, but it is at the end of the day a Pfit. Good machines though too. I could go on, you know, I could talk about that all day, but main thing, legs. Whew, I wish I recorded more, honestly. Started out with hamstrings. I did 4 sets. Those are the only hamstring movements I did. The second one, I don't even know what happened, and then I didn't hit record for the last one. So, but that was good hamstrings. I was gonna do some leg extensions, but then they were taken, so I just did adductors. That's good though too. Those adductors, pretty honestly decent machine. I actually didn't mind it. The kind of cool about Pfit is that it says how long your set was, and then it says how many reps you did. Pretty unique, pretty cool. Not too many gyms have that, so not that I necessarily need that, but it's just kind of a cool added feature. So yeah, then I did 3 sets of leg extensions, and then I did 2 sets of the hack squat, and the one I recorded was the first set, and then the second set I did like a drop set into like the Tom Platz kind of like hip up deep, like high pressure on your knees. I did that with no weight, just kind of getting used to that hack squat. And it's not like I've never hack squatted, it's just, you know, new machine. I don't want to max load it, right? You know, the ankle angle could be messed up or different and something I've never done, and then I tear my Achilles or whatever. Just something, you know, you got to watch out for. Injury prevention is everything. So that's very important to me. I wish I would have posed down, but it just started getting busy, and you know, I hit calves after too. So, you know, train calves. That was a good leg day though. I had actually one question while I was working out that I saw that I forgot your name. I'm sorry, but they asked, or that person asked, how I got to where I am now. So, a little background, I guess, if you care. I suppose the one person cares, so maybe I'm just talking to you, but who cares if that's the only person. Providing value and information to help you improve yourself is something that I actually do care about. So I have been lifting for quite a while. So I started out in high school, summer of sophomore year, and I was kind of just sick of how I looked. I was 135 pounds when I started, at the same height, so 5'11", 6 foot in shoes. We'll claim that title. Yeah, so that was definitely hard to start. Didn't know what I was doing, didn't know anything about nutrition, didn't know anything about anything. And it's kind of weird, there's always like people who say, my friend got me into it and we started going together, and then I kind of just went off on my own. I just started going. You know, I went with my dad and we kind of looked around at machines, and that was it. And then I paid for my own membership and I did my own lifting. And then, you know, I kind of got my friends to start going to the gym I did, and we would lift together, but it was so different because I was so skinny, and then the other 2 people that I lift with were like, they were normal, I guess. Like, when I say normal, they were maybe 160, 70, 80 pounds. They were pretty tall. And then there was one obese guy that I lifted with. So it was just weird because he got way stronger, way quicker. You know, mass does move mass. And then, you know, I did get strong and I saw results, newbie gains, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I was training really wrong. And, you know, each massing phase, and then finally I got big enough to where I could cut, you learn more. Even today, I'm open to knowledge and I'm open to everything, other people's opinions about everything. Very important to me to keep an open mind, you know. So I did do a dirty bulk, and I do absolutely regret it. So it was kind of when, it was actually over a year ago. Let's say I got up to maybe 170, 180, and my diet wasn't really the best. I was kind of just more focused on the lifting. So I put on a lot of muscle, but I also started to kind of not get chubby, but I wasn't lean, right? That lean look. So that combined with my genetics, I just never stayed lean, but also I never did cardio. So really the only activity, you know, being active was just lifting. That's it. So everything else was just walking. This is kind of during when Sam Sulik started to pop up and get popular. And of course, I had to be 200 pounds. So maybe I could put a picture up, but I was pretty fat. I would actually consider it fat. I got up to 207 pounds. And then, you know, I'm like, oh, I'll cut it off, 15 pounds, 20 pounds. And I cut down to 170. And I was like, how am I this light? And I was really depressed, you know, mentality really sucked. I was just like, wow, I actually cut that much weight. And I wasn't even as lean as I wanted to be. So, you know, you think you're the shit, and then you're just not. Which is okay, learning. You gotta live and learn. When you don't have a coach, when you don't have friends, and you're doing this on your own, it's you and your research. So that's how it was for me. I think I'm on my 5th year of lifting. Sophomore, junior, senior. about fourth or fifth year maybe. I'm not really too sure. In May, maybe it'll be my 6th year, 5th or 6th year. So it does take a while, but I will say I didn't start using pre-workout until freshman year of college, and that pre-workout was crap. It had no caffeine, and it had like zero. It was just crap pre-workout. I was scared of pre-workout. I don't know why. And now I see it as a tool, and I'm kind of advancing my supplements, advancing my nutrition, and I am currently, so I went from 170, I got back up to 180, 190, and then I cut down again. I did a mini cut. That was probably my best cut I ever did from there, because I did get fat again. I didn't get fat, I just got soft. I looked really soft. It takes a long time to get big, so and I wouldn't even consider myself abnormally big, so I want to be as big as I possibly can, as lean as I possibly can. Whole story there. But maybe for the summer, last summer, so 8 months ago, 9 months ago, whatever, well, whenever June was May was when I cut, and then I don't know what I cut down to, but I was relatively lean. I actually was happy with how lean I was, and I kind of maintained and gained while I worked over that summer, because I worked a ton. And then once school started this year, I did another massing phase, really grew, and I got up to 190. I made sure not to overeat, like necessarily all fat. I've been doing my cardio. I've been doing that for probably over a year now, so that's something good from Sam's Look now. You got me to do my cardio. Very important. Please do your cardio. So cardio, stayed lean. Well, I wasn't necessarily lean, but I was, bigger. And then I cut down just recently to 177, I think I said. 177. So, I mean, do the math. Not necessarily 7 pounds of muscle, but 7 pounds lighter. And this is definitely the leanest I've ever been. So that's good. I would like to be leaner, but it seems every time I cut, I get sick. And then I kind of end it early. So 8 weeks though, but it was a pretty good cut, especially for cheating here and there. Not proud of that, but pretty good cut. Now I'm going to stay carved up. I'm going to do a massing phase. Maybe May or June I'll do another cut. Maybe 6-week cut would be good. Get lean for summer. So yeah, that's kind of how and where I've been. I take this very seriously. I love it though. So yeah, that's pretty much that. I yapped way too much probably, but hopefully good knowledge to you. So, I mean, I love answering people's questions, but kind of got to build this channel up. Maybe it'll become something out of nothing. That would be sweet. Love providing value to others and learning from my mistakes. So that's also really good. So if I had one piece of advice, your weight, it's just a tool. Okay, your weight is not, you don't have to be 200 pounds. I think being lean is definitely cooler. So if you're $150 but you're lean, that is cool. But I do think the bigger you are, the leaner you are, the more advanced you will look. So I mean, you could be huge, but having just an inch of fat over everything, it's gonna make you look like shit. So at least in aesthetics wise for me. So, but it's personal goals. If you're a power lifter, that's good for you. So yeah, that's that. So I'm gonna go eat. I might show this meal and then I might show one more, but then we'll get this rolling. So yeah, hell yeah, I love providing value for y'all. All right, this is chicken, beef, and pasta. A little bit of red sauce and Parmesan and grape juice. Anabolic, baby.